Hello, welcome back to another Lords and Knights video. I'm kind of enjoying this game and I wanted to bring you how to become a Titan over 100k points. And you may think, oh, you just spend thousands of dollars in gold and you just, boom, you buy your way up to the top. Well, no. That's how some people do it, but it's kind of inefficient and expensive, and not a lot of people have $1,000 to shell out on a mobile game. I'm just saying. I don't know about you, but I no, no. My work checks aren't cutting it. I mean, maybe $1,000 over time, but I'm talking people who get big fast. They spend thousands within weeks. But anyways, let's continue on to my video for all you normal people out there who enjoy the game and wouldn't mind spending, $60 every time they offer an eventful thing, or the little $10 packages they offer right now in the shop. I think they're $11, but those are actually pretty awesome for smaller players. Get those 5,000 gold coins. You can get a lot done with that. But anyways, you can see. Oh, this is the wrong server. We'll go back to regions. Load. Now, of course, in order to get massive within a reasonable, decent amount of time, you will have to spend some gold, but not as much as you think. Let's see, I spend on average $60 every 2 weeks, and I don't think that's bad. That's $120 a month, and I spend at least 40 hours a week in this game, so trade off for playtime's kind of worth it. But anyways, let's get to step one, inactives. If you noticed in your area, you're finding a couple players that have quit playing or been kicked out of an alliance, such as these forts that I capped the other day, or this castle that will be capped here in a few minutes. Oh, bye-bye. As you can see, this particular alliance is a completely inactive alliance, which means you can pretty much take from them without any fear of response. Now, it is good to send a decent amount of troops. I usually try to get 6,000 on it just in case there's any troops that were stationed there, or anything. Because if you don't send a spy, which I don't recommend sending a spy when taking an inactive, because there's basically because you're kind of losing out on some copper you could spend elsewhere and the thing. And I hope this is not blaring. I hope I don't. Yeah, I have it a little loud. So for the first part of that video, that's just gonna stink. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. But anyways, now we get to the more important parts. You see, these inactives, you're gaining, 250, 230 points. You're getting a castle that's maxed out. Like these forts over here, they were maxed out, most of them. And the other ones, I'm just, kind of building up. And then, of course, so didn't have to buy free castles, didn't have to spend a bunch of gold. I just waited for the silver event, which, of course, you can see the silver event. Where is it? Well, I'll just click on this form, because that's the Harvest Festival. Half off, you save up your silver, as much as you can till the event, and then you just take. Which this is actually the Land Reform and the Ruby Rush, so it's just crazy, insane time for growth right now. You see, just skyrocket up in the points. Let's see. Let's go down. But yes, that's first. Look for inactives. Make sure to take them, before taking free castles in your area that you're trying to build out, Like, here's another inactive I'll be taking once my silver arrives, or, to be honest, I could just wait a little bit on that. But yeah, that's one. And this isn't going to be in any particular order, like in how you should do it. It's just going to be kind of what you should do, depending on what. Secondly, now a lot of people will disagree with me on this, and here's why. Because they're like, oh, well, you're wasting gold that way. It doesn't save you anything. Well, what doesn't save you anything saves you efficiency. See, look. Of course, right now, most of my buildings are maxed out, but I'll go ahead and show you. Expanding buildings. Expanding the builder. You may think, oh, well, I'm not actually getting anything for that because I still have to wait the full amount of time. Well, look, I don't know about you, but I'm not perfect. By any means. by any means whatsoever. So I'm not going to be able to be right on that castle when that next upgrade comes together. So if I go ahead and expand it, then I can know that that upgrade's going on, and I can focus on recruiting troops and doing other things that are essential for the game, which doesn't cost a lot of gold. Very, very little gold to do that. You know, I think when you get to the late levels, that's when you're going to want to start waiting, because then they start costing 50. And of course, to instantly finish it, it's double that. So if you're trying to really quickly upgrade your castles, then you're going to end up having to pay double that, over where this you're taking your time and you're still getting efficiency over time and manifest. I don't know why I just said manifest. Ignore me, guys. It's been a long day. Let's see. Oh, I forgot. I got to continue on with the how to become a Titan. Over 100,000 points. Of course, I've been floating around the 100,000 points between, you know, I went to 120 and then got knocked back. You know, I'm in a war, so it's kind of hard to stay consistently up when you're, you know, battling back and forth. You win some, you lose some. You know, it's all, you know, when it's all said and done. Secondly, train and farm silver. Silver is one of your most important resources in the game. Aside from rubies, it's the only thing that can grow your empire. So let's say I have a maxed out fort. Let's go down to one of my maxed out forts that's actually in one of my new areas. And I'm like, well, I want to build up silver real quickly. You know, I want to build up silver real quickly in this area so, you know, I can take more castles during this event, because, man, I just want to take. So I'm going to go to mass functions. Let's see, where's raise banners. And you're just going to select every maxed out castle. Don't do it to the castle if it's not maxed out, because otherwise you're losing efficiency. And like I said, this is about efficiency over just speed. I mean, I could do it to my, you know, Rick and Morty city, but actually, I'll go ahead and do it to my Rick and Morty city. I don't know why I clicked on that. But, yeah, and that. I was just clicking maxed out castles. Let's unclick all these. All these are not where I want them to be. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do Rick and... Well, actually, I'll do Rick and Morty next, because cities are really expensive, and I don't want you to see me blow a ton of gold. But, yeah, it looks like all of that. But anyways... Oh, go ahead and do them. Boom. And you see I spend 1250. 1,250 gold. Boom. That's done. Now those are going to be 25% more efficient. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do my Rick and Morty city. It's the same. See, cities are a little more expensive. That's why you want to watch them. They're they're kind of pricey to do just about anything to. But I'm going to go ahead and do it because, heck, this could end up giving me 2 or 3 more caps, which could end up giving me another fortress, you know. So I'm thinking growth, you know. That's 2,500 gold, you know. That's $6 of gold. But it could give me, you know, it could give me 3,000 points, you know. What's the trade-off of that, you know? I'm spending 3,000 gold. I'm spending 2,500 for 3,000 points. That's a pretty good trade-off if you ask me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Boom, raise the banners. And then farm. You're going to farm that. When this gets full, I'm going to send it off for silver. Then it'll fill up again. I'll send it off for silver. Fill up again. You just keep sending it off for silver, and then boom, go on, and then some. So that was a little chunk of gold, I'll admit, but totally worth it. You're gonna see my growth over the next 2 days. I'm gonna do another video, and as you can see, I'm just about out of silver. I got some transit on the way, but that's enough to take 4 more castles, I believe, 4 or 5 more castles. So you can look at my points now. And you can look at me after I perform this simple, thing. And you know what? Actually, since I know that I've been upgrading the efficiency in the foundries, I'm going to go balls to the wall here. Boom. Yeah. It's a little cheaper because it's not as efficient. Wait. They fixed that. Oh, my bad, guys. Yeah, you can totally use the banners on lower level cities. They fixed the efficiency issue. Before it was the same, I'm pretty sure, and now it's not. I didn't realize that right now. But anyways, but yeah, use your banners in the areas you're trying to take and then farm that silver. And that's going to allow you to take those silver. Secondly, keep an attack force. You see my city sitting here? What can I do with this city? This city is absolutely worthless if I was to try to take, a castle with it, Boom. But the only reason that happened is because I used up all my attack forces the other day. I had over 40,000, but when you're taking inactive forts that have 30,000 units in them, you tend to lose some units. But but yeah, that was just an example for if you're saying. But the story always goes defense first, offense second. Let's see. You always got to be a defensive driver. New. I'm trying to think of the next thing that can help you, because I'm trying to help you guys out as much as I can think. Use all the tips that I've learned in my journey to this point and growing, at an efficient rate, spending a small amount of money. Oh, one thing. This one's completely optional because it doesn't help you that much, but if you spend $100 on the special gem packs they offer every once in a while, it gives you one castle and the equal amount of gold coins that you would get. It's the most efficient way to buy gold coins. I don't necessarily recommend it because it doesn't help you that much, and that's a lot of money to spend at once. You wait till the sale comes on, you get that 30,000 gold for 60. You're saving $40, and you get a decent enough to do all the stuff that I'm showing you. Everything that I'm showing you in this video can be done with $60, with $60 or less. You don't have to do everything. You can just do some things to help speed up your growth a little. It's all in how you want to look at it. Now let's see. But let's see. I'm going to scan my brain for every other tip to growing out and becoming, super strong. Supernova. Anyways, let's see. Boom. Right here. Special units. Recruit them. Man, make them, if you got a good amount of defensive units in your castle, or you got a good amount of defensive units around that castle, make that priority. As soon as that offer comes, have it ready for when it starts, and then the whole event, keep it busy, just pumping them out, as many you can get. Those rare recruitment troops are going to be your freaking number one for conquest and war, trying to take, castles that are active, trying to, just cut down your enemies. So you need to get as many of them as you possibly can. But don't spend a bunch of gold. Don't, max out your barracks just recruiting them, because they are double the price to double recruit. And really, buying troops should only be used in one circumstance and one circumstance only. Well, two circumstances, but the second circumstance rarely appears because it's almost impossible to pull off. But the first circumstance is if you're going to lose a castle, and you can spend, say, $50 or $200, 50 gold or 200 gold to save that castle and keep the bridge going, then that's a total reason to buy troop. The second reason would be if you can save a conquer. And the reason why this one is almost impossible to pull off is unless you are literally one castle away, like one field unit, meaning that castle is sitting right next to yours. Like, I'll go show you how they look on the map. Like, I can show you how forts look like that. Like, you see how that city's right next to the forts? Unless it's like that, you're most likely not going to be able to pull that off. Because as you can see, if I try to go here, even with my fastest unit, or one of my fastest units, what the heck? Wrong one. It's like, I know that's not true. Well, I gotta find something that's free. But anyways, if I try to go here with my fastest unit, let's see. Which I can't show that right now. But, boom, that's 18 minutes. That's a pretty fast unit. So, if you're watching the attack and you point it out, you can obviously fix it. So it's not that hard to do. I was just saying if you get caught off guard by it. But that's how you can save an attack. If you're right next to it and you see your troops start to go down, and it doesn't look like it looks like the castle's about to fall is what I'm saying. What I'm trying to pretty much get off there. Recruit 200 more horsemen, or recruit 500 more horsemen. That's 1,000 gold. Boom, send it to a conqueror, and that, you see, as I'm going on here, as I go on in the video, it comes up to less and less things that are less and less important. So if you watch the beginning, those are like, do it, do it, do it. That's how you're going to get big. And then as it goes on, this is how you kind of, if you wanna, you don't gotta. It's not efficient, but it kind of makes you feel happy about yourself because you don't lose all that silver. Remember, silence is the key to happiness. And continuing on, I think that's about it. I'm going to try to think of everything else. And like I said, I'm open to comments if you guys are... Oh, crap. I forgot to put this at the top, but... Here's another thing. And this is without saying. Without saying, if you must train. You must train resources, send them to the castles, get those pumps up to where they can start upgrading buildings, because otherwise you're just sitting and waiting and idle for hours and hours for that building to just slowly, boom, boom, pump that new fort up. Pump it right up. Boom, boom, boom. I get an upgrade every hour, but that upgrade only takes 15 minutes. I'm not getting very far here. So yeah, definitely train your pumps. Spend that, it'll cost about 500 gold to get them up to level 10. Get them up to level 10. Get your storage level 5, 10. It really don't matter how big your storage is if you're really active, because you can find ways to spend that resource and, get your pumps up, I mean, what can you do without resource, I mean, you play Lords and Knights. If you're watching this, you play Lords and Knights. What do you do without resource? Can you recruit a unit without resource? Can you upgrade a building without resource? Can you get silver without resource? Can you get copper without resource? Without silver? Without what? What? You shut your mouth. Oh, man. I think this has been a good video. I'm probably going to do a part 2, try to recap. I was just thinking, like, dude, I can swing this off, run it, boom, it'll be up, freaking help people out, because I want to see more big players out there. It's not expensive. It's really hard if you don't know what you're doing, but it's really easy if you just think about it, take your time, spend your time in the game, Just, talk to your alliance members, get their advice, Everybody in your alliance should be there to help you. If your alliance is performing as an alliance should perform, that is. But anyways, this has been the Hydra Dragons. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I will see you next time. You're gonna see me do this because... I do not edit out anything. You must know all about me.